Hey, Olivia. Do you have a moment?
Hi, Diana. What can I do for you?
You've been ignoring me lately, haven't you? I'm getting old. So don't you think it's time for you to start taking care of me?
Take care of you? But we live separately, and Lucas is busy with work. Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden?
Well, I'm your mother-in-law. It's only natural for you to do this as my son's wife. If it weren't for me, Lucas wouldn't have grown up the way he did. So now it's my turn to be taken care of. I just don't get why neither of you seems to feel any gratitude.
Gratitude? I'm thankful to you, but taking care of you is a different story.
Thankful? That's not enough. I don't need empty words of gratitude. I want you to do the housework for me and cook my meals. And send me a message every day to show that you care.
Every day? I'm sorry, but I have my own family to take care of. Supporting your entire life like that is a bit much.
How could you say something so heartless? You're acting like I'm a stranger. You married into this family, so you have a responsibility as part of it. Are you planning to abandon me? Or was that your plan from the start? Just like how you took Lucas from me, are you going to abandon me too?
Took Lucas away from you? I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did take Lucas from me. Since you got married, Lucas doesn't contact me at all. And because of you, my lonely days began. So it's only natural that you should serve me now.
Serve you? That's a bit...
Lucas not contacting you isn't my fault. I don't want to hear your excuses. Lucas has changed ever since you came along. It's all your fault. So it's only right that you take responsibility and take care of me.
Responsibility? Diana, I have my own family to look after too. I can't dedicate everything to you.
Oh, is that so? Then I'll take the grandkids. That way, you won't have to worry about me. I raised Lucas, so I'll raise them too. And I'll do a much better job than you ever could.
Take the grandkids? That's impossible, Diana. There's no way we could let that happen.
What's so impossible? I've lived longer than you and I've raised kids before. If I take care of them, they'll grow up just fine. Besides, you don't seem to have any talent for parenting, do you?
I'm raising my children properly. Please stop denying that.
I'm not denying it. I'm just stating facts. Lucas is unhappy because of you. And before the grandkids end up the same way, I should save them. If you're going to be so stubborn, it's better to decide before things get worse.
Even if you say that, our family is ours. It's wrong for you to interfere.
Interfere? I'm only thinking of what's best for the family. What could a cheeky daughter-in-law like you possibly understand? I'm the one who's right, so just keep quiet and do as I say.
Do you really believe that's the right thing to do? What you're doing is just selfish. Olivia, I've got some shocking news.
Huh?
What is it? Well, just stay calm and listen. Your mother-in-law is 70, right? She came in for a prenatal checkup with a big belly. What kind of joke is this? I'm serious. She's sitting in the waiting room right now, and she totally stands out. That's impossible. Her husband passed away, and no offense, but I just can't imagine her getting involved with anyone like that. Yeah, no way. I always heard she was a wicked mother-in-law. But maybe she's cute in front of men, you know? Don't make me picture that. But seriously, it's unbelievable. There's no way she's pregnant, right? At her age, that's just not normal. I'm telling you, it's true. At first, I couldn't believe my eyes either, but there's no mistake. She's there for a prenatal checkup with a huge belly. Everyone is shocked and whispering about it. It's not unheard of for women to give birth at an advanced age worldwide. There are even cases of women over 70 having children in some places. But still, I can't imagine her ovulating at that age. Medically, it seems impossible, right? Natural pregnancy is completely out of the question. Yeah, so the possibility is that she used someone else's eggs and had IVF. But you can't do that everywhere. That's why people go to special places. There are a lot of famous fertility clinics there, and the laws are more relaxed. But this is unbelievable. Everyone at the hospital is talking about it like they can't believe it. Seriously? What could she possibly be thinking? You said she had a big belly, but how big are we talking? Does she really look like a pregnant woman? Yeah, at first glance, she looks like she's about to give birth any day. Her belly is big and round, just like a pregnant woman. But something feels off. Her movements are unnatural and her belly sometimes moves weirdly. I think she might be stuffing it with something. Really? Faking it with padding? That's just beyond bizarre. I have no idea what she's trying to accomplish. Yeah, what's going on with her? I never thought she'd go this far, but it feels like there's something deeper going on and it's scary. I haven't seen her in a long time, so I really don't know what's been happening lately. We're completely cut off from each other, so there's no communication at all. I see. So you're totally estranged. Yeah, with her personality, there's no way living together would work out. Living together isn't worth it, that's for sure. Exactly. That's why I'm going to strongly warn my sister not to follow the same path. I'm the only one who has to deal with the suffering. Yeah, that's a good idea. If you warn her now, it'll save a lot of trouble later. Diana used to pretend to slip and splash water, but when it turned into hot water, that's when I decided to cut ties for real. I had reached my limit. Yeah, the burns were pretty bad. How's the scar now? Has it gone away? It's only been 6 months, so it hasn't completely faded. It's gotten lighter, but the mark is still there. You didn't go to the police? That's seriously criminal. My husband told me to, but I didn't want to affect his job. In the end, I felt like I just had to put up with it. You're way too nice. If you keep holding all that in, it'll wear you down. So, how's Diana acting? Did she cause any trouble at the hospital? Yeah, it's a total mess. She's refusing the urine test and ultrasound, which makes no sense. The staff doesn't know what to do. What? She must be kidding if she's acting like that. What is she thinking? Right? So the hospital staff is at a loss, but they can't really act until something gets sorted out. I just finished the night shift and want to go home, but I'm too worried to leave. Should I ask my husband to pick her up? So when the nurse asked, "Where's your family?" she apparently told them to contact you. Me? Yeah, she's been saying she can't reach you. Well, I blocked her calls after we cut ties. Maybe try messaging her on WhatsApp? I don't want to, but I guess I have to. I can't let the hospital deal with her any longer. We don't mind, but this is definitely not normal. If she pulls something weird somewhere else, it could cause trouble for your husband. Yeah, you're right. I'm dreading it, but I'll send her a message. Thanks. I'm heading home to sleep, so keep me posted. Sorry to bother you. All right. Good night. Diana, how are you? I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. Things have been hectic, and it's been a while since I last contacted you.
Huh? How dare you say something so fake, you home wrecker?
What are you talking about?
You stole my son from me, and now I'm stuck living lonely, tear-filled days.
Are we really having this conversation again? It was your son who decided to keep his distance.
That's because you went crying to Lucas.
Forget it. I didn't unblock you to have this conversation. You're at the OBGYN right now, aren't you?
How do you know that? Are you spying on my every move? Like some kind of detective? It's seriously creepy that you're checking up on me like that. You're just as bad as I thought. Where I go and what I do is none of your business.
I'm not doing anything like that. It's just that you happen to be at the hospital where my sister works. So naturally, I found out. And as I understand it, you're the one who asked to contact me in the first place. I heard you were the one wanting to reach out.
Because you took Lucas from me. I'm stuck living these lonely days, so obviously I have to have another child. I still have a way to get Lucas back. I'm going to have a new child and win Lucas's heart back. Don't underestimate me. I'm not giving up yet. You'll support me until I give birth, okay?
What? Diana? Are you out of your mind? Why are you believing something so impossible? Please, calm down and think about it. It's just not realistic anymore. You must understand your own body as well.
I'm still a woman. Age doesn't matter. My instincts as a woman and my feelings as a mother are still alive and well. Just because I'm older doesn't mean I can give up so easily. You don't understand how strong my feelings are.
That's not the point. It's not about your age, Diana. Without ovulation, you simply can't get pregnant. This is a medical issue, and no matter how strong your feelings are, it's out of your control. You need to face reality.
What? That can't be.
It might seem unbelievable, but it's true. Diana, did you hear about older women giving birth in other countries and believe that? That's a fact, but those women all received donor eggs and underwent IVF. Without that, it's impossible to get pregnant.
I didn't know that, but I tried that IVF thing myself. It should work the same for me.
Unfortunately, that method isn't allowed where we are. It might be possible in other places, but not here. So please stop obsessing over this any further. It's not possible. Enforcing it won't benefit anyone.
No, but I still can't give up. You're just taking Lucas away from me again, aren't you?
Diana, you really need to stop thinking that way. Making me the villain isn't going to change anything. In fact, it'll only make things worse. Lucas is independent now and wants to keep some distance from you.
Shut up! It's your fault I'm so miserable now. You're just planning to be happy all by yourself, aren't you? You haven't considered my feelings at all.
Diana, isn't it part of being a parent to want their child to be happy? Clinging on to this won't bring anything good.
If that's what you think, fine.
Excuse me?
First, I'll set fire to your house.
I haven't even told your new address.
I'm talking about your parents' house.
My parents have nothing to do with this.
They raised such a cheeky daughter. They can't just pretend they know nothing.
Please, I'm begging you, rethink this. Right now, it feels like you'd really do something like that.
Exactly. When a person has nothing left to lose, they become invincible. Once I get my revenge on you, I'll throw myself in front of a train.
You're joking, right?
I heard that causes a huge amount of damage. The family gets billed for it, right? Oh dear. Seems like you'll have a tough time paying the compensation. Good luck with that.
But that would also make Lucas suffer too.
He's the one at fault for being such an ungrateful son.
So, this is revenge with your life on the line?
I'll use your appearance if I have to. That's the kind of person I am.
What would it take for you to stop without doing anything?
Bring Lucas back home with you.
If that's the case, could you change your attitude? If you're like you were before, we can't come back.
Huh? Are you in any position to make demands?
So you won't change at all?
Of course not. In fact, expect it to get worse than before. Hot water won't cut it next time. I'll throw you into a manure pit.
I knew it. If talking worked, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Hurry up and pack your things and bring my son back.
Before that, I want to ask you something. Diana, why did you go so far as to pretend to be pregnant? Honestly, no one would believe it, and it only confuses those around you with no benefit at all. I just can't understand why you'd try something like this.
I thought that if Lucas found out his 70-year-old mother was stuffing her belly and still wanting her child, he'd feel sorry for me and finally come back. He's always been such a caring boy. So, if he saw me doing this, I thought he'd react in some way. I just wanted to do whatever it took to get him back.
Sure, your past attempts to gain sympathy have happened many times before, but they've all failed, haven't they? Even when you faked illness and called an ambulance, it didn't sway Lucas's heart. That approach doesn't work anymore, does it?
Have I had such failures? I'm only doing this for Lucas.
Diana, in the past 6 months alone, you've called an ambulance multiple times, right? And each time, they figured out it was fake, and no one came to see you. The reason Lucas isn't coming is because of you, not anyone else. I've never once stopped him from seeing you.
That's not true. I know you've been secretly manipulating Lucas so he wouldn't come see me. I know everything. If it weren't for you, Lucas would have come back to me a lot sooner.
I spoke with a doctor, Diana. He confirmed that it was a fake illness, and that's why Lucas didn't come. So it's not because of me. It's always like this. If you don't blame everything on me, you're not satisfied, are you? No matter what happens, I'm always made out to be the bad guy, and it's exhausting.
If you don't want to pay compensation to the train company, then hurry up and move in with me. I can't take it anymore. You took away my life, so it's only right you take responsibility for it. If you have any understanding of how much I'm suffering, then start preparing to move in right away.
All right, but Diana, please think calmly for a moment. Moving in together won't solve everything. In fact, it'll just create even more problems.
I don't have the confidence to keep living anymore.
Wait, Diana. You, of all people, always so confident. What's going on?
I'm standing at a railroad crossing. I'm about to jump onto the tracks.
What?
I got a call from Lucas after a long time, but he firmly told me he's not going to move in with me. It was the first time he ever spoke so coldly to me, like I didn't matter to him at all. I don't want to believe that the son I raised so carefully doesn't need his mother anymore. But the reality is cruel.
It seems so. I'm sure Lucas made that decision after thinking a lot about it. It must be tough for you, Diana. But maybe this is also the first step toward a new chapter in life.
My life has been nothing but pain. I've lost everything. And now Lucas is gone too. I can't find a reason to keep living. So that's it. Goodbye. Tell Lucas I love him.
Are you serious? It's almost laughable, but the railroad crossing where you are right now is actually in full view of my sister's apartment. She's been telling me what's happening.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My sister said she's seen you miss your timing to jump multiple times after the train passes. Is there some reason for that? If you were really going to jump, you wouldn't miss so many times, would you?
Well, it's just that the timing hasn't been right. The speed of the train and the timing are tricky. I'm really going to do it.
I don't think it's that hard, though. Diana, if you want my help, just say so. I'll gladly assist you.
What are you talking about? Saying something as a joke that could drive someone to their death? That's just insane.
Wait, could it be... Diana, were you never planning to actually jump? You never intended to do it from the start, did you? Or are you still just waiting for the right timing?
That's not true. I'm serious. I've made up my mind to do it now. Your sister's watching from her apartment, right? Then this time, I'll make sure it's a success.
Well, Diana, good luck with that. My sister's cheering for you too. I'm sure you'll succeed this time.
What kind of daughter-in-law are you? You're cold beyond belief. If only you disappear, Lucas would come back to me right away. Why are you getting in the way so much?
Well, who knows? Even if I were to disappear, it doesn't mean Lucas would come back to you.
What the hell is going on? First, the fake pregnancy, and now you're threatening to jump in front of a train. Enough already.
Lucas, it's been so long, hasn't it? Are you eating properly? It must be tough eating nothing but awful food, right? Come back to Mama. I'll make your favorite sweet potatoes.
I'm not eating that crap.
Oh dear, is this your rebellious face?
Please, just disappear from my life.
Isn't that going a bit too far? Your wife must be making you say that, isn't that it?
No, it's not. I really can't forgive you anymore. Because of you?
Lucas, if it's about that, it's fine now. There's no point in blaming her anymore. Nothing will change. Living in the past doesn't help either of us. Besides, I've come to terms with everything that happened back then, and I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. So can we just end it here?
No, it's not fine. You say it's easy to end it, but I just can't forgive you. Do you have any idea how deeply what you did has scarred us? Olivia's lost life is never coming back. You haven't shown any remorse at all.
Why? Why am I being treated like the villain here? Lucas, don't shut me out. I'm your mother. Everything I've been through is because of Olivia.
No, that's not true. It's because of you that Olivia miscarried. That day, after you poured hot water on her and walked away laughing, Olivia slipped in the kitchen because the floor was still wet. I didn't know if that was the direct cause, but your actions definitely triggered it.
Lucas, didn't the doctors say it might not have been the direct cause? So it's not right to blame everything on Diana. It was a painful experience, but even if we assign blame, it won't bring back what we've lost.
Even so, I still can't forgive her. After you left laughing that day, Olivia slipped and fell. That scene is still burned into my mind and won't go away.
Oh, is that so? But hearing that doesn't bother me at all. Because in the end, Olivia couldn't even protect herself, right?
If she couldn't even protect her own child, what a useless womb she had.
With a body like that, there wouldn't have been a bright future with you either.
How could you say that? I can't believe you are my mother. Do you have any idea how much I'm suffering?
No, I don't.
But you should just find a healthier, kinder woman who cares about me. Lucas, I'm sure you can find someone better. I only want your happiness. You know that, right? I'm never marrying anyone but Olivia. No matter how much time passes, I've decided I'll live my life with her. You've no right to interfere with that. The child that was lost probably wasn't going to be a normal one anyway, right? There was likely something wrong, so God took him. You should be glad he's gone.
What did you just say? Excuse me, what did you say?
Huh? Who do you think you're talking to? Don't you dare talk to me like that.
Shut up, you old hag. Do you even realize how awful the things you're saying are? In case Lucas isn't speaking up, I've got a little something to say.
Oh my! Lucas, look! This is her true nature. You saw it, right? You don't need a wife like this anymore.
So what? I don't care what you say to me or what you do to me. But I'll never forgive you for speaking ill of the child we lost.
You haven't even seen his face, and yet you're getting all emotional? You must have a wild imagination. That's dangerous. Maybe you're sick or something. Lucas, I'm telling you, you should leave a woman like her. Why are you still standing there? If you're going to die, just do it. No one's going to stop you, so do whatever you want. How could you say that? You're talking to your mother like this? You're the one who's in the way. You've been overprotective and suffocating ever since I was a kid. But I convinced myself it was just your way of showing love. But once I entered the real world, I realized your way is abnormal. Stop interfering with my happiness.
Lucas! I know you barged into Lucas's workplace multiple times. The people there felt sorry for him, and they all protected him from you.
So that's why he was never there when I showed up.
There are parents in this world who make their children miserable, just like you.
I love him so much.
Does having love as an excuse make everything you do okay?
Yes, it does.
Then let me pour hot water on you because I love you.
No way.
It's the same with the OBGYN. There are people going there for fertility treatments, yet you stuffed your belly just to gain sympathy, making a mockery of pregnancy itself. That's unforgivable.
Shut up! I want to talk to Lucas. There's nothing to talk about. Compensation, huh? If it means I don't have to see you again, I'll pay whatever it takes. So just go ahead and jump.
But that would mess up the train schedule and inconvenience others. You should find a place where no one will be bothered.
Is there really a spot like that? If she were to pass away in the ocean or the mountains, it would only harm the environment. There's no place on earth to dump someone like her. You sure have a lot to say when I stay quiet. To think my own son would say something like this to me? I've collapsed to my knees and I can't stop crying.
I've told you that my sister's watching, right? She says you're standing there smoking a cigarette.
Tell her to stop watching me.
You're just in her view from the balcony. Actually, you should apologize to her for ruining the scenery.
Jesus Christ, you're such an infuriating woman.
About the hot water incident, I've decided to go to the police.
What?
I kept a doctor's report just in case something happened.
You poured it on yourself. Don't blame me for it.
No, I have proof that you did it.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you scared?
Not really. So where's this proof?
Whenever I was around you, I always had a voice recorder in my pocket.
You think the sound of pouring water is enough proof?
You're such an idiot. The conversation before and after is what matters.
Did I say anything incriminating? Olivia, the water's boiled. Want some tea?
Oh, I'll make it myself, so I'm fine.
What's wrong with you? What? You can't drink tea made by your mother-in-law? You worthless scumbag.
Oh, in that case, I'll have some.
You should have said that from the start. Such a troublesome woman.
Ah, it's hot.
Oh my, sorry about that. I was aiming for your face, but it ended up on your arm.
I have to cool it down quickly.
Could you stop that? We don't want to waste water, do we?
Please, stop this.
If you've got enough energy to talk back, I should have boiled it even more. A woman with a face full of burn scars, Lucas would surely dump you.
It's hot. It hurts.
Well then, I think I'll go out for lunch. And don't use any water. What the hell is this? This is the first time I've heard it too.
I thought it would be too much of a shock for you, so I couldn't tell you about it.
Did you fall and go to the hospital after this?
Yeah. Since all my shoes were tucked away, I didn't have any on me. Your mother's right. I couldn't protect our baby.
Of course. Don't mess with me. If it weren't for you, our baby might have been born. I'll never forgive you. That recording is fake. With today's technology, it's easy to make something like that. AI? It can do anything now, right?
Even AI wouldn't say something as cruel as that.
Apologize to Olivia.
Is it really worth getting this angry over? Aren't you overreacting a bit?
Huh? Who do you think you're talking to?
It's all in the past. Even if I apologize, the dead baby won't come back. Not that I'd want it to come back anyway. Lucas, seriously, I hate your mom.
Me too. Even if you hate me, we're still mother and son. It's a bond that can't be broken. I can't believe you're still making light of this, even though it's clear you're going to be arrested. Do you really understand what you've done? It's inevitable now that the police will get involved. Do you still think you can just go on like before? If you want to go to the police, be my guest. It's not like it'll be a big crime. Trying to threaten me with that is so naive. And if I do come back, I'll make sure to be even more involved in your lives than before. Not just with you, Lucas, but with you too, Olivia. You'll feel my presence even more from now on. Look forward to it.
Diana, it really seems like no matter what we say, it's pointless. Even when we try to have a serious conversation, it all ends up being in vain, and that's just sad.
Unfortunately, you're right. In her mind, everything is twisted to suit her own convenience. I've finally realized that no amount of reasoning will get through to her.
Even so, Diana, please forgive us for any disrespect we've shown. I admit, I may have said too much at times. I truly apologize.
What's with the sudden change? Even if you apologize now, I'll never forgive you. No matter what you say, I won't forgive you. If you think an apology will solve everything, you're seriously mistaken.
Of course, I don't expect everything to be solved just by apologizing. But as a gesture of thanks, how about we go out for one last meal together? I was hoping we could have some time to calmly face each other again.
Fine. I'll give you one last chance. It'll have to be French or sushi, and make sure it's a high-end place. You know I won't be pleased with some cheap restaurant.
Well, actually, we're going to a burger joint. You might be surprised, but it's a special burger place.
Are you mocking me? Burgers are just a cheap food anyone can get for a few bucks. If you think that'll put me in a good mood, you're dead wrong.
I can understand why you'd think that, but this place is quite unique. They use truffles and other gourmet ingredients in their burgers.
What? Truffle burgers, you say? Well, that's a different story. If it's a dish made with luxurious ingredients...
I'm glad to hear you say that. Well then, Diana, look forward to it. I'll come pick you up tomorrow.
Mom, it's a really amazing burger place. It's truly special, so look forward to it. I'm sure you'll be satisfied. If you say so, I'll set my expectations high. Even if it's a burger, I'm starting to get excited.
All right, I'll pick you up tomorrow. Just confirm the time, please.
As you wished, she's been sent underground, so you can rest easy now.
I see. Doctor, thank you.
Well, she was mean-spirited, but to think her last meal was a burger? How pitiful.
I wonder what kind of food she'll be eating from now on.
It's better not to know. One thing's for sure, it won't be anything fit for humans.
I feel like I can breathe easier now. I've had this heavy feeling like I swallowed lead for so long.
There are always people like that who just can't be reasoned with. They hurt others and feel nothing about it.
When she left the restaurant, getting into that fancy car, she was so giddy.
Saying something like, "A ride in a Rolls Royce, this is the best." She was all excited, not knowing where she was really going.
Where exactly is underground?
It's not a literal underground. We call it that because once you're there, there's no coming back.
What kind of life is waiting for Diana from now on? Honestly, I can't even imagine. Considering everything that's happened, it's hard to believe she'll ever face the consequences of her actions. But we just couldn't leave everything as it was.
You can think of it as a world that's the complete opposite of the life you're living. A warm home, eating meals surrounded by smiles in a bright room, and sleeping peacefully. That's far from what she'll experience. This is the result of the path she chose. She's about to finally realize just how much her past actions have impacted everything.
Was this really the right thing to do? Was there no other way to hold her accountable besides what we did? I can't help but feel conflicted about it.
It's natural to feel that way, but this was the only choice you had. You couldn't just ignore the pain she caused you. Your grandfather always supported me. He asked me to help you when things got tough. That's why I acted to protect you.
I see. If it hadn't been for him, I don't know what would have happened to us. And it's thanks to him that we went to the burger place so often when I was a kid, isn't it?
Ah, that's right. By the way, your sister always used to pout and say, "I wanted a kid's meal back then." I still remember it well.
Sorry, she was pretty spoiled back then. Even so, I'm really grateful for everything. I'll make sure to protect my sister from now on so she won't have to rely on anyone like that again.
I see. I'm glad to hear that. From today on, you can rest easy and sleep peacefully. She won't be causing you any more pain.
Thank you so much. Really, I believe peaceful days will return. And I'll keep moving forward. Next time, I'll come by with my husband.
I'll be waiting. I truly wish you both the best as you start your new life. And from now on, focus on building your own happiness. I'm looking forward to seeing it too.
Afterward, Diana was left without any support and was forced to live on her own. The reunion with Lucas that she longed for never happened, of course. In fact, Lucas kept his distance completely and never showed his face to her again. At first, she laughed loudly, saying, "He'll come back eventually." But slowly, she was forced to face reality. She tried to rely on old acquaintances, but everyone turned her away. Her past actions had spread, and having lost all trust, there was no one left to help her. The proud house she once boasted about, where she dreamed of a luxurious life, is now in ruins, a cold, silent space. The last I heard, Diana still couldn't admit her mistakes, nor could she ask for help. She's living in quiet isolation, spending her days tormented by loneliness and regret. Her once loud laughter is no longer heard. Meanwhile, we have regained a calm and peaceful life. Lucas, myself, and the child we're expecting. I've made a vow to protect them and never let us experience that kind of suffering again. From now on, we'll keep moving forward toward our future, with no one standing in our way.
Long time no see. How are you? It's me. Who's this? Can't you tell from the icon? Just tell me who you are, okay? I'm your sister. Vanessa? Yes. How can you forget your only sister? I know that I haven't got in touch with you in 2 years. Are you really Vanessa? Yes, I am. You're such a skeptic, Evangeline. Why didn't you contact me before? Our mother passed away. I can't tell you how much I wanted you to come during her illness. I tried to contact you by letter, email, phone, everything. But there was no response. I felt like I was breaking down all on my own. How dare you ignore me? I don't have to contact you if I have nothing to discuss with you, right? Huh? What do you mean? Well, think about it. I'm not going to cure our mother just by visiting her. That's true, but we're sisters. I wanted you to be there when Mom was spending her last days. I don't care about that kind of thing. What? I'm not much for sob stories. I didn't have anything to say to you, so I just ignored you. I'm sorry. I can't believe you just said that. Vanessa, have you ever thought about how Mom feels? I don't know what you're talking about. Mom was in a lot of pain, but she kept talking about whether you eat properly every day and live a good life. She was worried about you until the very end. You shouldn't have ignored her. Oh, I see. So she was worried about me. Yes, of course. Most parents in this entire world worry about their own children. I don't want to hear anything about that. Excuse me? I never asked Mom to worry about me. She was the one who decided that by herself. I wasn't worried about her at all, anyway. That's why I didn't contact you. You have no right to blame me for that. Are you out of your mind? You're my biological sister. Aren't you sad that our mom is gone? Don't you want to see her one last time? You didn't even attend her funeral and memorial service. It's a disgraceful thing to have no filial piety. Whoever wants to go should just go. As for me, I had no intention to do that. That's why I didn't go. Seriously? What a heartless person you are. What's wrong with that? I don't know, maybe you and I just have different standards of decency. Well, even if I got in touch with you, I don't think I would have gone for sure. That's terrible. I didn't know you have such a cold personality. You're my sister and you just found out about that now? I've always been like this. I don't waste my time. That's enough. I'll pretend I never had a sister. That's fine. I'm sure I can't stand living together with an annoying girl like you. Anyway, why did you suddenly text me? I don't have anything to say to you anymore. Don't say that. Besides, I'm sure you can guess what I'm talking about. You got a big inheritance after our mother died, didn't you? Huh? Grandpa's land, our father's life insurance, and of course our mother's life insurance, right? Considering all that, I think it's a pretty big inheritance. To be honest, can you just tell me how much? Why do I have to tell you that? I don't have any obligation to do that. Why not? I'm the eldest daughter. Of course, I have the right to know. Hey, you didn't text me just for that, did you? I'm curious about this matter, so I texted you. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way I'd tell someone who wouldn't even show up at her own mother's funeral. Don't be silly. You're the one who's joking. I have the right to know, and I have the right to get my inheritance. We're still family after all. You're in the way, but you can take half of the inheritance. Even though our parents left us a lot of inheritance, you won't get a dime. Why do you decide such things on your own? You don't have that kind of authority. You know what? You've always been the kind of girl who doesn't listen to others, and that's really annoying. Oh, really? You never listened to me. You always reported everything to our mother. That's why our parents were always so angry with me. I was the one who got scolded by our parents all the time. It's your fault. That's because you said a lot of nasty things. You asked me to steal a toy. Also, you told me to take $10 from Mom's wallet. You were the one who had no common sense. So it's obvious that our parents were mad at you. That's because I ran out of allowance, and Mom didn't give me more. Why don't you blame yourself for spending it all without planning? I know you've never been good at planning. Shut up! I don't need you to tell me what to do. Kids have their own social life. You just refuse to listen to me. I don't know what you mean. I don't think I should listen to your crazy orders. You just don't have any common sense. How dare you say that? Everyone has their own value of life. I don't understand. You just don't want to accept my common sense. Don't judge everything only by your own values. What a childish girl. You haven't improved at all in 2 years. I don't want to improve in an insane way. You are the one who's childish. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Don't ever contact me again. That's not going to happen, because you're just trying to steal all my inheritance, aren't you? It's so obvious. I have no intention of telling you about the inheritance. Of course, I have no intention of giving it to you too. Our conversation ends here. Wow, you're so bossy. I'll keep in touch with you until I get my inheritance. I told you not to contact me, didn't I? No, I'll keep in touch with you. Can I talk to you about something? What do you want? I told you I have nothing to say to you. Actually, there's this guy I'm seeing. So what? He's a gambler and spends a lot of money. Yeah, whatever. I thought it's okay to just let him have fun, but he's been spending all my money too. Don't you feel sorry for me? Not at all. You should listen to what people are trying to tell you. You're an adult, Vanessa. You're going out with him because you think it's good for you, right? Well, I like him. Then why don't you solve the problem by yourself? Listen to me carefully, Evangeline. I can't handle this on my own. If I don't have money, I can't live. That's why I need the money. What are you talking about? I don't think it's right for you to have the whole inheritance to yourself. We need to divide it between us. Here we go again. You and your crazy thought. What? It's obvious for sisters to share their parents' inheritance. Generally speaking, yes, but not in our family. Why not? It's not right, is it? You're the one who's crazy, aren't you? You didn't visit our mother when she was sick. Of course, you didn't cheer her up or take care of her. You didn't even come to the funeral and memorial service. Do you think such a person has the right to receive the inheritance? I'm thinking of giving some of that to our relatives who supported me and Mom. Are you serious about that? You chose to share with their relatives rather than me? For heaven's sake, Evangeline, I'm your sister. I'd rather have our aunts and uncles have it. They were the ones who gave their support to Mom. They did more for our mother than you ever did. For your information, they even encouraged me too. They're just pretending to be nice to you because they're aiming for the inheritance. Shame on them. They are different from you, Vanessa. Shame on you.
The relatives were helping me when I was taking care of Mom. They said that I should get some rest while they looked after her. They often spent half day with Mom and took care of her. They told me that I need to keep my chin up. They bought me delicious food to keep me going. Even after Mom passed away, they helped me prepare for the funeral and memorial service. I can't thank them enough.
Is that the reason why you want to give them some of the inheritance? You're too nice. Think about the fact that they were just helping you for that.
You can say that because you didn't do anything. You have no idea how hard it is to take care of someone. Mom was suffering from an acute illness in front of me. I can't do anything to cure her, and I was so sad. I was always afraid of getting a mental breakdown, but our aunts and uncles helped me. You have no right to tell me what to do, Vanessa.
That's your emotional reason, isn't it? Legally, it's not.
What a terrible person you are.
I don't care what you or our relatives think. I'm going to take my inheritance. Oh, and by the way, I can't pay my rent because my boyfriend spent all my money. I have nowhere to live, so I'm going back to our family's house.
What? Are you kidding me? I don't want to live with you. I'd rather get rid of you.
What the thing to say? Poor me.
How dare you? You're just shameless.
That house is my house too. I'll go back anyway, no matter what you say.
Even if you come back, I'll never let you in. This house is filled with memories of our parents. I'm not letting you in, Vanessa.
Don't worry, I'll go in by force.
I won't let you do that. This house and inheritance are all mine. I'll decide how to spend it all.
Wait a minute. I won't forgive you if you do that without permission. Anyway, I'm coming over there. Hey, where do you think I am now?
I don't know, and I'm not interested.
Actually, I just got to the station closest to our family's house. I'm on my way there now.
I won't allow you to get any closer to my house.
Oh well, if you're willing to split the inheritance 50-50, I'll take what I can get and leave. Since you won't listen to me anyway, I wonder if I'll have to live there after all. I'm sure you'll do the housework for me. I'll get a lot of advantages if I live with you.
Let me tell you something first. You won't get any inheritance.
Why not?
You're too selfish to keep the inheritance to yourself.
I'll sue you if you do that. The legal portion of inheritance is equal between sisters.
That's fine. If you want to sue me, be my guest.
Are you serious? Have you lost your mind because of the inheritance? Just give me all of the inheritance. That's what our mother would have wanted.
I'm perfectly sane. You know what? Our mother had it all figured out.
What do you mean?
Mom told me that you should go to hell, Vanessa. She left a will before she died.
Huh? A will?
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. After the funeral, the lawyer showed it to me.
So what? What did it say?
She wrote that I was to inherit everything.
What? Why? That's not right. Our parents' inheritance should be shared equally between us sisters.
Mom anticipated what you would do after she died. I'm very proud of her.
I don't understand.
After Mom passed away, she knew that you'll come to me for the inheritance. That's why she left me a will.
Why would she do that? I'm her daughter too.
Isn't it obvious? Why don't you look back on your actions? You left our parents' house when you started college. You withdrew from school without permission while still receiving your tuition money. After that, you went missing. And then, just as you remembered, you'd come asking for money. You did it all over again, didn't you? How much do you think our mother spent on you? That's almost the equal amount of our family's inheritance.
That's not true. I just came to get some allowance.
Don't be silly. I know what you're doing. No matter how much money Mom gave you, your debt just kept piling up and Mom had received a final notice for that. Mom worked so hard to pay for that, but you just came to ask for more allowance. I was wondering about when you're gonna stop torturing our mother.
I didn't mean to torture her.
She fell sick because of overwork.
No, it wasn't my fault. Mom decided to pay the debt on her own. I didn't ask her to do it.
How can you say that? Then what do you think would have happened if Mom didn't pay for your debt?
Well,
I'm sure some scary guys would have come and kidnapped you.
that's not true. I could have paid off my debt if I worked hard.
Then when are you going to get serious and work hard? You didn't do anything to help. You have a lot of things you need to take care of, but you refuse to do so. Even this time, you're counting on our mother's inheritance. I know that you have no intention to get a decent job.
This time, I didn't create the debt. It's just because my boyfriend gambled.
I don't care. Who chose to be together with him? It was you, right? Stop blaming others.
I'm just telling the truth.
Anyway, according to our mother's will, you won't get any inheritance. You can sue me if you want to. We have testimonies from all the relatives. I don't think you can stand any chance. Besides, you'll need money to hire a lawyer.
Oh no! Then how am I supposed to live? I don't even have a place to live.
Why don't you give it your best shot?
What?
You said it earlier. If you really work hard, you can pay back your debts.
That's true, but since I have to find a job from now on, I don't think if I can get it right away. So for the time being, can you take care of me at your house?
I refuse. I won't allow you to stay in my house even for a moment. Who would let in someone who abandoned her parents?
Don't say that. You're my only sister and you're abandoning me.
Stop blabbering nonsense. When Mom and I were in trouble, you didn't help us at all. Instead of helping us, you ignored us.
Well, I didn't mean to do that.
Shut up and listen to me. You don't even understand the pain in people's hearts. That's why you should suffer to the bitter end. Then, you'll have some idea of how Mom felt. You'll understand a little.
Hold on a sec. I can't believe you just said that to me. You've crossed the line. You're my sister, Evangeline. You need to listen to me. Just give me the money, okay?
I don't have a penny to give you. Even if I did, I'd much rather donate it to the underprivileged children of the world than give it to you. I'm sure that our mother would do the same thing.
No way. Stop kidding me. Well then, I'll take the inheritance away from you by force. I'm coming to your house now, so wait for me.
If you want to do it, go ahead. But if you dare to take one more step into my house, I will turn you in to the police for trespassing. If that happens, you'll be imprisoned for up to 3 years or fined up to more than $1,000.
Are you threatening me? Do you think you can do that?
Isn't it obvious? Not only me, but also our parents. Even our aunts and uncles are thinking the same thing.
Wait a minute. If you do that, I'll really have no place to live.
You're already homeless, aren't you?
I know. So please, help me. You're my sister, right?
I can't, because you didn't help me when I was in trouble. Why should I help you now?
Well then, can you lend me some money? I'll pay you back when I find a place to live and start working. Please, Evangeline.
I can't do that either. I don't trust you. Why don't you first give shape to your intentions before you ask someone? I can't lend money to an irresponsible like you, so stop nagging me.
Then what should I do?
Well, you can't even ask your relatives for help. To put it bluntly, our relatives were so disgusted that they said they'd cut ties with you.
That's terrible.
You deserve that. Think about it before you say it out loud. You're going to live alone from now on. I don't want that. Please, help me. You're going to get a big inheritance, right? You can just lend me some money. Maybe, but I can't spend our mother's inheritance on you. I just can't do that. You know that, don't you? Oh dear. Please, forgive me, Evangeline. I'll apologize as much as you want. I'm sorry. I don't need your lame apology, Vanessa. What? I'm cutting ties with you from now on. Don't say that. After this conversation is over, I'll change my number and I'm blocking you. Well then, good luck on living on your own. Wait a minute! In the end, my sister never came to my house. She may be wandering around in disappointment. I immediately changed my number and blocked her. I also cut off all means of communication. A few months passed and suddenly I received a letter from my sister. Since then, she has been moving from house to house with a man she met at the red light district. She still doesn't have a decent job. I was surprised to hear that she was surviving on the pocket money she received from men. But what surprised me even more was that she was in financial trouble and had borrowed money from dangerous places. She's now being chased by her creditors. Looks like she isn't trying her best at all. I have no doubt that I will never be able to give any of my inheritance to my sister.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!